Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Ariba from Emaan Power, and I don't know why I always pause on that. Please do say salams in the comments and earn your good deeds just for saying salams, easy good deeds. And you must return my salams, right? Because it is my right on you that you must return my salams now. So once again, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So I'm just gonna wait a couple of seconds so people can join in as we are just starting our live session, giving people time to come in so they don't miss the beginning. And please do say salams as you're joining in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today I'm going to talk about two things, and inshallah I hope will be very helpful. Alaikum assalam, Sister Alia. I hope you're doing better. I hope you're doing well. So one, I want to talk about so I don't know how to give it a topic, to be honest. So one of the things that I see often, and so many moms approaching me, and yesterday made a video about teenagers or young people, how to talk to them and so on, and so many moms just said, the difficulties they're going through, and I'm really feeling the weight of that myself today, hearing all those stories. So I woke up a little bit sadder today. And I'm like, why am I feeling this way today? But subhanallah, it is a lot that families are going through, that mothers are going through at this time, in this environment, seeing their children, that they have worked so hard on, now at a particular age just go completely in a different direction, and you're like, what did I do wrong? Right? Where did I go wrong? What should have I done? And then you can also see certain things that I wish I had done that, I wish I hadn't done that. But number one, you did not intentionally set out to harm your children, right? So maybe you made some mistakes, right? Because Allah did not create you as a perfect human being, right? And Allah, when He gave you these children, He knew that you are not going to be a perfect mother, right? There's no such thing. One of the things that I was reflecting on is like when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when a woman becomes a mother, it's true for fathers as well. It's in your younger years, right? It's not when you're older and wiser. Right? It's not like when you're wiser and older. So yeah, Allah knows that this is your younger version, more prone to make mistakes, yet that's when you have children. So that's just part of the design of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, that so instead of just blaming yourself for not knowing at that particular time the best way to do it, just accept it. This is forgive yourself for it. Allah will forgive you for it. And you did not, unless you intentionally set out, yeah, that's gonna harm you, I'm gonna harm you, my child. No mother does that, right? So last time my son say, Mama, you never do for me. What don't you do for me? I gotta be careful with kids. They know how to guilt parents. The kids are on top of that, right? They know exactly how to guilt their parents. That's their power. So you gotta be careful with that too. I'm not saying always that's the case, but definitely they know. That's one thing they're experts at. Okay, so now we are going through all of these difficulties, and we do see maybe our family members or our children and so on going on the wrong path, and feeling helpless, that what do I do now, and maybe even feeling guilty. But what do you do now? How do you bring them back? How do you bring them on the right path? It feels like just competing with so much, in the environment. But two things. One, your connection with them is really, really strong. Do not underestimate that. Even if it seems like they just don't care, do not underestimate that connection. That's one play shaitan's gonna have on you. Say, they don't care about you, right? Number one, don't forget that they really love you. They haven't forgotten that. Number two, it's not all on you. It's not, right? More than you care about your children, more than you want them to be on the right way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to be on the right way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also going to help them. Allah loves them. Allah cares for them much more than you do. Much more than you do. So yeah, Allah maybe gave them, a parent who sometimes made mistakes like everybody else. But Allah knows that. And Allah is not going to disadvantage a Muslim coming to Jannah because of the kinds of parents they had. No. Never. That because I had, my parents didn't do this or didn't do that, that's why I'm going to now. Hell no. Ultimately, it is them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So maybe whatever shortcomings we had, in the parenting and whatever, however we should have done better, if that's how you feel. It might not at all be true, by the way. Right? It might be that you did everything best, but I'm just, taking that particular scenario. Then whatever shortcomings were there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will compensate for that in this world. He will give that to them in some other way. He will give, Allah will guide them. He will give them a chance and help them. We should not forget that. That much more that you want them to come back on the right way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to come on the right way. Allah wants them to come on the right way. And He has all the power. And He is not going to just sit and say, okay, you just deal with this environment on your own. No, He will help them. He is going to give them chances. He is going to send them help. Right? Allah doesn't we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at a point in a person's life, He might stop guiding them. Right? That's true. He will stop guiding, and we know that as Allah tells so many times in the Quran, that the hearts are blinded and branded and so on. But that is after Allah had guided them, and then they ignored it, and then Allah helped them again, and then they ignored it, and then they ignored it, and then they ignored it. That is a lot of chances, and this is a very arrogant person. That finally then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, okay, go do your worst. That's not your child. Not yet. That's not a 15-year-old. That's not even a 20-year-old. Or a 26-year-old or 30-year-old. Right? Inshallah. Right? I can't determine that based on age. But, Allah knows best. But, it's unlikely. It's very unlikely. And I'm sure you see good in your child. That they are not just rejecting it. Most of them are not just rejecting it like that. Islam and Deen, right? Many of them are just kind of, maybe confused. They pray. Or maybe they pray rarely, but they pray. Maybe only Fridays, or maybe sometimes only Eid. Maybe they fast in Ramadan, but then they do bad stuff later on. But they are doing both, right? Most of them are kind of in that kind of situation. There's some good in them, and there's some confusion, and all that effect of that environment, music and relationships with the opposite sex and so on. So yeah, I don't think these are people that are lost completely, that Allah will not help them. Don't forget that you are not alone in this. You're not alone in this, because a lot of the time it can feel like it's just me, and if I don't do exactly the right thing to guide my child or this person I'm trying to help today, then that's it, game over. They're going to hell after that. I am their only hope. That's not true. You are not their only hope. Allah is their hope. And if not you, Allah will provide whatever shortcoming was in you, Allah will provide for them in some other way, because Allah wants to help them. Allah wants to help them, whether it be through you or somewhere else. Allah will, whatever help Allah wants to give them, Allah will get it to them. Allah will get it to them. So one of the best things, of course, we can do is continuously making a lot of dua for them, which I'm sure you do, right? Making a lot of dua for them, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps guiding them, keeps forgiving them, and keep trying. Don't give up thinking, oh, I'm alone, what I'm going to do. You are not alone on this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is on your side, right? So you're just asking Allah to use you to help them, basically. The help is going to come from Allah, not you. There's other, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even told Prophet Muhammad in the Quran that Allah guides, not you. Allah guides, not you. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I hope you don't feel so alone in it. You don't feel weak in it. Because remember, Allah cares about them more than you. You are not alone in it. And leave it, I wouldn't say just stop doing anything. But yeah, in the end, it's in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You work, you continuously work. You don't give up on, your loved ones. But make that your strength. That Allah is on my side. I'm not going to give up. I hope you found this little bit of a reminder beneficial. There's a lot more I want to say about this, but maybe another time. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His mercy on us and guide all the people in our families, in our loved ones. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring them back on the right path, guide their hearts, turn their hearts towards Him, the hearts which are turned away from Him and more attracted towards this dunya and all the attractions, music, this and that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turn it away from that and turn it towards Him, turn it towards the Quran. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. And there's nothing is difficult for Allah. It's easy for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do that. We will continue making dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help them. He will send help to them. He will send help to them. Don't doubt that. Jazakallah khair for watching, and if you found this beneficial, then you know that you must share it. You must share it, because you don't know who really needed this help today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought you here. You watched this video. If this helped you, this was help Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to give you through me. Today He used me, alhamdulillah, if you were benefited. And now you can be that source of that help for somebody else, inshallah, when you share this video. So share it wherever you can, as much as you can, on your groups, on your Facebook, on other platforms, and inshallah, I hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps other people, many other mothers or fathers or children through you, and may Allah accept it from you. And as we help, remember there's a hadith that Prophet Muhammad said, Allah is always helping the person who's helping others. So help others, help other mothers, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give that help to you. It was my intention in doing this today as well for you. Jazakallah khair, and assalamu alaikum. I'll see you all later. Please do say salams before you go. Oh, let me just Sister Nikat, alhamdulillah, I'm glad that it benefited you. Assalamu alaikum. and Sister Salma. Assalamu alaikum. These are the only salams I see right now. Rest, inshallah, I will catch up on in the comments with you all. Assalamu alaikum.